Alright, quick update on mana. So the last time I covered this, we were just hovering around this 618 Fibonacci. I basically said we really need to have a strong break and a daily close and a back test above 270. Otherwise, this is just going to be another rollover. Now, the reason why I really think we needed to break this is for multiple reasons. Number one, the most important reason, this is your 618 Fibonacci. So let me change this. This is red. I normally put a orange line on the 618 Fibonacci's because these are nicknamed the golden pocket, so make them a golden orangey kind of color. You can see that we had a big M pattern, a breakdown of the M pattern. We back tested the M pattern slash the 618 fib, and we had a huge breakdown. Now, I've actually been predicting this move down to the 786 Fibonacci since the first rejection point that we made on the 618 Fibonacci. So I've been predicting this move since the 26th of February. And you know, it's ironic. I've done a couple of videos today, and I think there was one more where I had a price target that was literally like a month old that's now coming into play. I think it was Bonfire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Bonfire. We had one on the prediction all the way down here. Yeah, so I had a prediction on this on the 11th of March, and we're now heading down to it. I mean, this one is even greater than that. On Mana, you can see we've been predicting this move down since the 26th of February. I re-talked about this on the 8th of March after we lost these EMA ribbons and we lost the 200-day. And I think it's finally coming into play. So I really have my eyes on the 786 Fibonacci. The 786 really needs to hold for Decentraland. Like, there's really not any other fibs that I can draw, so it does get very dangerous. If we do lose the 786 Fibonacci, this video is going to be super simple. There's no reason to draw 1,000,001 micro fibs on my chart. I think we are strongly heading down to the 786. I don't think there's any point in drawing low to high and saying, you know, once we take out 786, blah, blah, blah. I really think that we are moving down. My gut feeling for the past couple of months is Decentraland's going to move down to $1.84. But we do need to hold 184. If we lose 184, I really don't see anywhere else where we can come down to. And wow, this 786 Fibonacci lines up perfectly with the micro fib extension of the 1.618 that we've got from low to high. So there's a lot of confluence in the market down here at the 786. In my opinion, we really need to hold the 786 Fibonacci because we don't have any other price targets for the mana until we get down to the 2.618 at 120. So I'm personally not predicting a move down to the 2.618. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying that I think we're going to head down to the 786 Fibonacci. This is another 13% move down to 183. And that's definitely backed up with what's going on in the charts. Not necessarily the volume. I'm not seeing too much volume on this. But if we're looking at the Squeeze Mom daily momentum indicator, we're strongly pushing to the downside. And we normally don't have quick-lived rallies to the downside on the Squeeze Momentum indicator. I think this was the only time. And then this, I mean, this lasted a couple of weeks anyway, so this was from, yeah, I mean, this was almost a whole month. But yeah, we really don't see short-lived breakouts to the downside on the Squeeze Momentum indicator. So I really have to assume this is your best case scenario. Keep your eyes on 184. 184 needs to hold for mana. And we also do have a previous local low down here. I really don't think there's anywhere else that we can draw from. After we break below that local low, then I have to assume this market structure has been invalidated. So if we draw a range of support, we've got from here all the way over to here, you know, this encompasses two local lows down here. It encompasses your 1.618 Fibonacci retracement. It encompasses your 786 Fibonacci. So all in all, I see a lot of confluence and confidence coming between the ranges of 183 and 170. We need to hold 170. If we're not able to hold 170 and move down to 120 is on the table. And like I said, I think your best case scenario, mana comes down 13%. We could also come down, you know, almost another 19%. And we definitely have to, you know, keep this as a possible scenario. Because if we focus on what's going on with Bitcoin quickly, Momentum has really started to pick up. Selling volume is very slowly increasing. These EMA ribbons on the daily are starting to converge on themselves. And if you do watch my Bitcoin videos, you know that for the past week, when we've been struggling with these EMA ribbons, I've been calling for a move down to 40,000. I've been saying I think we need to sort out the longs and the shorts, the funding rates. I think we need to shake out the weak hands. There's been numerous reasons, like there's been bear flag targets down here. This is, I believe, the 0.5 Fibonacci from the macro trend. If I try find this, but I'm pretty sure this is a 0.5 Fibonacci. Yeah, so we've got a 0.5 Fibonacci on this macro trend as well. And if we zoom in, you can see we've got a very basic uptrend. And this also brings us into the 40,000. So there's been many reasons why I think Bitcoin's coming down to 40,000, but the nail in the coffin is really the fact that, you know, the lower time frames, bearish momentum's been reset and we're starting to move down. So I think we really do need to focus on another at least 4% move to the downside for Bitcoin. And what's that gonna do to mana? Well, like I said, I think mana's going to move down about 12-13% if Bitcoin's going to move down 4%. I mean, that's very likely. You can see Bitcoin's down 3%, mana's down 7%, so another 4% for Bitcoin. You know, that's, you know, roughly maybe 8% to mana, but, you know, nonetheless, they don't need to go down the same amount each time. I do think that this 13% drop down to 183 is on the table. Keep your eyes on the range of 184 and 171. If we break below 171, this entire macro uptrend that's been going on for Decentraland is going to be invalidated. And I think that's not going to look good for a lot of metaverse coins. Like, this could really be nasty if mana falls below 170. So keep your eyes on those regions. As long as we hold 170, I'm still macro bullish on Decentraland. And either way, like, when I say, you know, I'd have to switch to a bearish stance once we break below 170, I do think Decentraland is a good long-term project. Nonetheless, I can't ignore the fact that all of the momentum indicators are calling for us to have a quick flush out to the downside. So keep your eyes on this green box. 183 to 170. We need to hold these regions. If we break it, it's going to get very ugly. So that is all I see for Decentraland. Best of luck if you're in it. Once again, none of this is financial advice, just my opinion on the market. You've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.